Hello everyone, I am Shantanu Sharma. I will present our paper titled as Spring Private Verifiable Set Computation over Multi-Honor Outsourced Databases. This is a joint work with Yinli, Dhruv Ghosh, Piyush Gupta, Saraj Malhotra and Nisha Pawar. So first is set operator. So suppose there are three hospitals and they want to execute a computation for finding the common diseases that they all are treating. For executing this computation, they need to perform the intersection operation over the disease column. And at the end, they will learn that cancer is the common disease that they all are treating. Moreover, here is a security requirement that whenever the computation finishes, the hospital will learn only the intersection and they will not learn anything beyond the intersection. For example, they will not learn how many hospitals are treating people suffering from fever or any other disease. This problem is known as private set intersection or PSI. The next one is the aggregate operator, that is sum over the common item. Now here is the problem that all the hospital wants to find the total cost they are charging for the common disease that they all are treating. So here after the computation, all the hospital will learn that cancer is the common disease and they are charging $1,400 for the cancer disease. And now here is the security requirement. During this computation and after the computation, the database owners or the hospital will not learn anything beyond the intersection and the corresponding cost. For example, they will not learn how much hospital one is charging for heart disease problem for patient, or another thing for how many patient hospital one is treating for cancer disease and how much money it is charging for individual patient. So this type of security requirement we need in aggregate operator. This operation is known as private set intersection sum, that is PSI sum. There is another aggregate set operation, that is private set union, and there are several other aggregate operators such as average, count, maximum, minimum, and median. Moreover, there are several techniques have been developed in the past for PSI and PSU operation, and some of them also support aggregate operation. And these techniques can be classified into two broad categories. First one is the non-outsourcing based approaches, where a database owner outsources the data to not to cloud, and they communicate with each other to execute the PSI and PSU operation. The other one is the outsourcing based approach, where the database owner do not communicate with each other, but they outsource their data set to the cloud, and cloud executes the computation and return the final answer to the database owners. However, both the approaches suffer from several limitations. So first one is the limited number of DB owners. That is, these techniques cannot support a large number of DB owners. They are limited to 10 or 20 DB owners. Second limitation is they cannot support a very large size of data set. Most of the techniques can handle less than 5 million rows. Existing techniques also cannot support several types of aggregation operation, as I showed you in the previous slide. The techniques has been designed for count and sum operation only. Moreover, both the techniques, either the non-outsourcing based or outsourcing based technique, they require communication. If we are using non-outsourcing based technique, these techniques require significant communication among the DB owner. On the other hand, outsourcing based approaches require communication among the servers. So here is the problem statement. We want to develop techniques for executing set operation and aggregation operation that we can solve over the dataset owned by different DB owners, and there are some additional requirements. So first one is we want to solve this problem for a large number of DB owners, more than 2 DB owners. And whenever we will perform such operation, there will be no communication among the DB owners. And then the last requirement is we want to support a large amount of data set. In order to address these problems, we develop a prototype that we call Prism. Prism supports set and aggregation operation over the outsourced data sets. Particularly, it supports intersection and union operation, as well as it supports aggregate operators such as count, sum, average, max, min, and median. And for each operator, it supports result verification method. This is the outline for today's talk. I have presented you the background about the set operations and I presented you the problem statement and what we want to solve in this Prism approach. Now I will present you the Prism model and the cryptographic primitive that Prism uses. After that, I will discuss the PSI approach of the Prism, then PSI sum, and finally I will show you the experimental results. This slide is showing you the Prism model, and here are the four entities. So first one is the database owners. These database owners outsource their data set to untrusted cloud, and Prism uses at most 3 clouds. There is one initiator or the oracle that knows all the entity in the system, and it distributes some cryptographic primitives or cryptographic formulas to all the entities in the system. There is another entity that we call as untrusted announcer. This entity participates only in the maximum and minimum related queries. Otherwise, this entity does not participate in any other operation. Prism is based on the two types of secret sharing techniques, additive and multiplicative. So first one is the additive secret sharing. This is the simplest form of the secret sharing. So suppose I have a secret value 4, and whatever I can create two additive value that can make 4, this will become the additive secret shares of 4. So for example, 3 and 1 are the additive share of 4. This additive secret sharing is defined over a commutative group. Now the multiplicative secret sharing. Summit secret sharing technique is a well-known multiplicative secret sharing technique, and let me give you the high-level idea of this technique. So suppose on a graph paper, I give you a single point and ask you how many lines you can draw from this line. The answer is infinite number of lines you can draw. But if I give you 2 points, then the answer is we can draw only one line. And whenever this line crosses the y-axis, this is the secret value. Let me show you another example. Suppose Alice is the database owner and she has secret value 5 that she wants to distribute among Bob and Carl. And it is assumed that Bob and Carl do not communicate with each other, means they are not colluding with each other. So what Alice will do, Alice will select a polynomial, place the sum value of x, and whatever values she will get, for example 9 and 7, one value is given to Bob and another value is given to the Carl. Since Bob and Carl do not communicate with each other, they can never learn the secret value, that is 5. However, whenever the Alice wants to reconstruct the secret value back, she can just download the data and send the value back, perform the Lagrange interpolation, get the value back as 5. So this is the high-level idea of summit secret sharing based technique. And here is one point that if f servers will collude, then we need to select the degree of polynomial more than f. However, if none of the servers will collude, then a polynomial of degree 1 is enough. The last cryptographic primitive that we use is the cyclic group. A cyclic group, a simple group is called a cyclic group if there is an element in the group that we call a generator, that is denoted by small g. Based on this generator, if we can derive all the elements of the cyclic group then this is called a cyclic group. And we define in Prism cyclic group under modulo multiplicative operation, where modulus is taken over a prime number. So for example, if G is a generator, that is 2, and modulo is selected over number 11. Based on this, we can generate cyclic group that contains all the number from 1 to 10. Now I will show you how we can solve PSI operation using Prism. Very high level idea of PSI using Prism is if a value is common among all the DB owners, then at the end DB owner will learn 1. That represent that the value is common. If the DB owners will learn that a random number instead of 1, it represents that the value is not common at all the DB owners. Let me show you that how this will happen at the end whenever we will execute the computation. The first part is that how the DB owners will outsource their data to cloud. So in outsourcing the data to cloud, there are 2 steps. So first one is the creating the hash map. So all the DB owners create hash map based on the some hash function that is known to all the DB owners. And here again we consider the same problem that hospital wants to know the common disease that they are treating. And suppose that based on the hash map, we designate the first index of hash map for cancer, second one is for fever, and third one is for the heart. Now, after executing the hash function, whenever the value will be placed for each hospital, they will mark as 1. All the other cells will be marked as 0. So, for example, in the case of Hospital 1 is treating people suffering from cancer and heart disease. So, it will mark in their hash map first index of the hash map as 1 and the third index as 1. All the other index, that is second, is marked as 0. Similarly, all the other hospital will execute the same operation. Now, this bitmap that we got from the hashing of the value, we cannot outsource in clear text. So now they will create additive share of their value and outsource to the cloud. So each hospital will create 2 additive share and outsource to 2 non-colluding cloud S1 and S2, or server S1 or server S2. And here is the situation. So now server 1 has the first bit vector from all the 3 hospitals, and server 2 has the bit vector from all the 3 hospitals that correspond to the second part of the share. Now to compute the PSI operation, all these servers will execute 3 operations: modular addition, modular subtraction, and modular exponentiation. Now I will show you that what server will do. And for the purpose of simplicity, I will show you all the operation over the clear text. But actually this operation will happen over the additive shares. But by representing in clear text, it will be easy to understand what servers are doing. So suppose that servers are now trusted, and let's see all the operation one by one. So first one is the addition. As the server knows all the bit vector in a shared form, but here you are seeing in the clear text. The first operation is they will add all the values according to the bit index. So they will get the final value as 3, 1, 2. But now they cannot send this bit vector to the DB owner, since sending this vector will reveal to the DB owner which is the common value and what are the values are not common, and reveal some extra information to DB owner. So now in order to hide this information, extra information, we perform subtraction and exponentiation operation. So from the output of the addition operation, we perform a number 3, and this number 3 came from the total number of DB owners. So since here are the 3 DB owners, we subtract 3. At the end, we get a vector 0, -2, and -1. Now again, we cannot send this vector from server to DB owner, since based on this, DB owners will learn the intersection as well as some additional information. So finally, to hide the actual information from the DB owner, we perform the exponentiation. In this exponentiation, we are doing over the cyclic group here. So the number that we will get, this will be part of a cyclic group. So whenever the number is a disease is common, we will get a number 1. Otherwise, we will get a random number. So this green color part, this will be sent to the DB owner, and after doing some operation at their end, they will get 1 for the common disease, and they will receive a random number for non-common disease. And now this slide is showing the security property. So all the part that is covered in under this bracket, this is showing the operation that we are doing at the server. So in the context of server, there are 3 properties that we achieve. First one is server can never learn the data, because this entire data is in the form of secrets here. So they cannot learn the data. Next thing is access pattern hiding. The entire operation is happening over all the bit vectors. So depending upon the common item or non-common item, they cannot understand anything depending on the access pattern. And then finally is the output size attack. Since whatever vector we are getting of size n or k, or here in this example 3, we return the same size of vector. So based on this output size, the server cannot learn anything about the intersection. Now in context of DB owners will learn only 2 things. First is the intersection, that is which value is common and which value is not common. And second thing they will learn, they will not learn that which value is common and which value is other hospitals are treating or not treating for something. So this is they will not learn anything more than PSI. Now I am showing you the PSI sum. So in PSI sum, we will perform the same operation as first. First, we need to find the PSI, and then we need to perform the the total cost according to the common DC. So before outsourcing their data to the server, the DB owners will find the bitmap, and based on this bitmap, they perform some additional operation also. They execute the group by operation according to each disease. So, for example, hospital one is taking care of cancer disease, and they are treating two patients. So for each patient, they execute a group by operator, and they get the total cost is 300, and they append with this vector. So they will get finally vector is 300, 0, and 300. And now here is the high level idea that how we can compute the final cost. So the servers will have two things. First one is the vector corresponding to the on which they will perform the PSI operation, and they will have also the vector corresponding to the sum of the cost according to the group by operator. So now you can note down that after computing PSI, they will get only vector 100 in some share form, and they can also add these vectors of the cost. And now finally, if we will multiply these vectors, so at the end, we will learn the total cost they are charging for the common DC. So finally, we will return the vector of 100 in the form of share from server to DB owners, and return the vector of 400 to DB owners. So this way, DB owners will know the common DC and corresponding money that hospitals are charging. Whenever we are outsourcing this data, so we create additive share over the bit vector to perform the PSI operation, and we create multiplicative secret shares for the value of on which we want to perform the sum operation. Now finally, I am showing you the experimental results. Experiments were carried over AWS, three AWS servers, and local machine was hosted at our university, and we consider 20 million domain size of line item table where we consider order column. This graph is showing the result for 20 million domain size of order column of line item table where we fix the number of DB owners to 10. So now you can see here that PSI, PSU, and PSI count. This operation takes only 20 seconds. For other aggregate operators such as sum, average, median, max, we are paying 40 seconds using Prim. Now finally here we increase the number of DB owners, and as it is clear, as the number of DB owners will increase, then size of data set will increase, and as well as the computation time will also increase. So for PSI, PSU, and PSI count, we pay 75 seconds, and for other aggregate operator, we pay the 150 seconds. In this talk, I have not described several components that we have covered in the paper. So first one is the bucketized-based PSI. This is the approach that we developed to handle an extremely large domain size. There are other operators I have not covered, such as PSU, private set union, count queries, average, max, min, and median queries, as well as the result verification of all these approaches. You can find all the details of these approaches at the given link, and this will provide you the full version of the paper. Finally, we discussed three things. First, I show you that existing techniques are not able to execute set operation and aggregation operation over an arbitrary number of DB owners. They consider only a small number of DB owners. Moreover, they cannot deal with a large size of data set. In order to address these problems, we develop a prototype that we call Prim, and Prim supports set operator as I show you, and aggregate operator such as count, sum, max, min, and median. And for each operator, we support result verification mechanism. Our Prim is scalable in terms of the large data set, as well as it can handle large number of DB owners. Thank you very much.